but I'm unwilling to do that just now. And so what I'd like to do is, in fact, you know what, I can actually, if I do it in a slightly different route, I can do it. So I'm going to signal. I'll give this fellow enough room. He's taking his daughter across the road, so good luck to him. And now we're going to go left. We're coming into that left lane, which is absolutely fine. We can see we have a filter light, which for some strange reason that car beside me seemed to think he had the right to go as well. But our filter light allows us to go this way. Now the good thing is I can actually go straight on up here. There's a couple of bits that I would like to do in this this sequence that I think would cover a fair amount of information. Check my mirrors. I'm going to be going straight on at the traffic light here. Again, keeping a safe distance from the cars on the left and keeping a working distance from the vehicle in front. I'm following the signs now for Dumbarton, and if in doubt you just follow the road ahead. I can tell you just now that Dumbarton, although it veers off to the right, I've just got to deal with this cyclist. I can't pass her until, oh, she's out the way anyway. I wouldn't have been able to pass her unless I knew it was safe to pass her. Even though the Dumbarton road seems to veer off to the right, that's the way the main road goes. It's the Crow Road. So I think my best bet will be to stay in, of any options that are available to me lane-wise, I'm going to be taking the left of those options. That'll be my plan. Actually, my plan is to finish this and then go home and have a cup of tea, but there's no real educational content in that, so I'm not going to say it. So, handbrake off. Again, my hand was on the handbrake at all time there, and just following the road. Check my mirrors all the time. Staying to the left of the two lanes. The lorry's in the right lane, well, his choice. I don't know where he's going. That might be the lane that he needs to go. But we're going to stay in the left. I'm not putting myself beside the lorry, because if he doesn't bother looking in his mirrors, but does decide he needs to come into the left, he would probably smack into the side of me. So I'm slowing down here. I can see the cars up in front moving, so there's really no point for me to put the handbrake on. Just holding it on the foot brake, checking my mirrors again, and following the road ahead, and just making what we call reasonable progress on this segment of road. So I'm going to follow this bit of road all the way, keeping it going. I see how the road kind of comes into left a wee bit there, but that's fine, I'm happy to do that. And all the way up this road here is just a case of still, although I haven't seen any signs saying this way for Dumbarton, because of that I'm just going to assume that I'm on the correct roads to go to Dumbarton and just follow this road. I'm coming up to some signs here, but they're not really relevant. It's just for Loch Lomond, follow A82 or something like that. I'm not really going to Loch Lomond. So following the road. And I can see up ahead there's some gantry signs. The one on the right is for Aberfoyle, the green one on the right, but the one on the left is for Dumbarton and Knightswood, and that's quite clearly asking me to stay in this lane. So this is the lane I'm going to stay in, and I'm going to slow down in this lane for the red light, having checked my mirrors of course, and I'm going to stop in this lane, putting the handbrake on, keep my hand on the handbrake, just letting it hold on the handbrake. And then what I'm going to do is I will I'll head back in the direction of Partick again. when I can, and there's just a couple of bits I want to deal with that deal with that roundabout there. So there's just a couple of areas I want to be particular with. Lights just changed, that's really good. On I go. A lot of people end up staring at the light way down here and waiting for that. Well, that's not our light. It is now, but it wasn't back there. So you would always keep an eye on your own light, the light that's closest to you. I'm going to go round to the left here, taking up the middle lane, because I can see there's always going to be parked cars down there anyway, to be honest with you. And the middle lane's exactly where we want to be. If you did find yourself in the left-hand lane, it's not a problem. You know, you just, once you clear the lights, you put your indicator on, you check your mirrors frequently, and someone will let you out. They will. And if nobody lets you out, you end up having to wait for a few seconds in the left-hand lane until the traffic light sequence allows a gap in the flow of the traffic to develop. So all I need to do now is literally just stay in this lane and wait. There's the lights changing again, handbrake off, having already checked my mirrors, and driving on. And keeping it at 30 miles an hour here. It's very easy to go up above 30 here, simply because everyone else wants to go above 30. But it's definitely the smart thing to do, is keep it at 30. Check mirrors. The chaps came into the left. I can see there's a van on the left that's keeping me out in this lane. And again, I can see parked cars up ahead, which are again inclinations for me to stay out. And a bus up ahead, which is definitely an inclination to stay out. As it happens, those first cars weren't even parked, and they were off-road parking. But I didn't know that from where I was. So I was going to act on what I saw. And now the bus lanes are stopped. They stopped a couple of hours ago. I'm checking. I'm going to come into the left but not signal, simply because of that side road. And I can see clearly that these parked cars up ahead are parked off-road, so they're not my problem. So I'm going to go to the left at these traffic lights, which is mirrors, signal. That's fine. And stop here. And I wait. Keep my hand in the handbrake. Nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. Sit and wait. Check my mirrors, the lights changed, handbrake off, and on I go. Round I get, and then getting the speed up. Watching out for the wee cyclist. Check my mirrors, keep an eye out. If there's one, there could be another. Staying a good safe distance from these parked cars. Checking my mirrors, looking for side roads. The pedestrian shows no inclination to walk into the middle of the road, so it's not a problem for me. And then keeping it going at that. That's all I really need to do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the right at the end of the road. So it'll be mirrors. I'll signal now because I'm just about past that entrance to property. And I'll wait. And that's it. Handbrake back on. And again, there's more people leaving on their test. That's crikey. So what I'm going to do is, I think once that's the light changed, mirrors, handbrake off, round I go. That's it. And what I'm actually going to do is pull in here. Pull in here and stop for a second. And then I can reverse back. It's just to let these fellows get away. Now I'm going to take advantage of the fact I'm going to